Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. And before we get to our guest today, we have a big shout out for Living Sisu. Living Sisu is a platform and app that wants to give you all the tools to have success in your sport. Their main objective is to activate your lifestyle. So it's for active people. Enjoy discounts at companies like BioSteel, 30% off, Body Logics, the Goalie Guild, all his books are discounted. Roan, Lululemon for men, 20% off, online stretching programs with Eccentrics, 1 full month free. They got super silent massage guns, 20% off those. And it's a great quality. It's way less expensive than a Theragun, and it's great quality. So there's so many more discounts that you guys will need to just become a member to see. So they want to provide you with anything you need for success. So come join the community. I'm a part of it. A bunch of other athletes are a part of it. So it's free to join. It takes 20 seconds to get exclusive offers to your sport, and it's definitely worth it. So do us a huge favor and go sign up for Living Sisu's membership. It's free, takes 20 seconds. So go do it, and we'll see you there. Living Sisu is a great company. We know one of the co-founders, Zach Fricali. He's a great guy. He's the co-founder. He does a lot of live streams on Instagram at Living Sisu, and with a bunch of elite athletes, and you learn a lot from like the athletes' determination, their resiliency, everything to what made them become successful. So it's been a great experience so far. So go on. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. So go sign up. Oh, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and today's episode we have a special one. We have a part 2 for the Watertown Wolves goalies. They're Federal Prospects League champions. So part 2 of the roundtable. Let's go, boys. Like, how are you?
Going on? Breathing.
Oh yeah,
doing well.
That's the main thing. As long as you're alive, like that's all that matters. But what have you boys been up to? You guys are champions now, so you hopefully have been partying up this summer.
Waiting on rings.
Yeah, Greg, if you don't mind,
honestly,
can you take your hat off for this? Because I don't need to see your shiny forehead. Thanks.
No, it's been good. Just I feel like I've been in recovery mode for most of the summer, but it's been good.
Yeah,
always good to recover.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I took more time off than I thought I was going to. Like up until this point, I thought I would have skated more. I kept it going for like a solid month after like we got back home, and then I kind of just died out. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't think I touched the ice for a good 2 months. Yeah,
really?
Honestly, I was dealing with a lot of burnout. I think my body really adapted to the European game, and then coming to the Fed was it almost killed me, really. So I'm kind of just starting to get back.
You would have never known. I mean, you only played like 47 games in a row. You would have never known that you were burnt out.
Literally in a row.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on a guy, you know.
My body hasn't recovered, and I didn't even play, and I'm still in terrible shape.
What was it from playing, or was it from drinking too much?
No, honestly, I got on the ice the first day of coaching. Oh, my hip's gone.
Yeah,
coaching kills you.
Yeah,
kills you.
It's not good. I think coaching is not good for playing because you get into bad movement patterns that all the muscles you're not supposed to be using. They kind of get overactive, and then all of a sudden you can't. Then your hips fall apart. That's how it goes.
So true.
Yeah. I do a lot of like movements after like just in my like tracksuit, and like I'm like, oh, I feel fast here, and then I put on the pads and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm slow.
Yeah, not good. It's tough. It's bad for the ego.
Yeah, but it is, but it's fun, like especially when you get like a good group and everything. But like it has to be a good group though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I've never felt fast a day in my life, so I don't know how that must be for you, Boops. But usually I just feel worse. I'm like, oh, cement. Oh, even more cement.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're just saying a bunch of sand that keeps pulling you down.
Yeah.
No, that's Greg. Greg keeps pulling me down. He likes to bring me back to earth and then make sure I feel miserable about myself.
I'm pretty sure last time we had this conversation, Greg was saying how you were pulling him down. So there's clearly I think some couples therapy might be good. I don't know.
That's our third roundtable episode.
Third roundtable.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you've never met off-season Greg, so off-season Greg is ruthless.
we're gonna bring in a therapist.
We're gonna get a professional therapist to come in and help you guys out.
Yeah, you can always squeeze one more at a round table, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
could
probably have 10 more and it'd be perfect.
I asked Brendan if he wanted to hop in on it. He's like,
well, actually, I used to like when I was coaching in the summer to talk about something goaltending related here. When I was I did the mental lecture for our goaltending camp, which is ironic in itself because I'm probably the most mentally unstable goalie I know. It's just human in general. But I was like, yo, you're never gonna believe it. I was like, the two guys I played with are actually like we're unbelievable friends, like off the ice and like blah blah and all this stuff. And guys were like, no, that can't be possible. Like you like the goalies you played with. I was like, oh yeah, like I love them. Like we talk every day, and nothing is about hockey.
Yeah, and we won, so you can't argue with that mentality, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tell them how sick Greg is, but you know, I'd be like, well, you know, my goalie partner Greg really just like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's waking me up so he could light a candle in my room and tell me good night.
I needed serenity.
You need a lot of help.
I think you two living together was good for you both. Maybe. No.
Maybe that's where the couple therapy comes in with pulling each other down.
No, we're better friends now. We don't live in the same house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I would have rather had one bed. Like if they moved us into the same house, I would have rather one twin bed.
We know.
For the both of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
All three of us, really. That would have been ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, one bed. One twin bed, three of us, not even a blanket, just body.
And we do like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where we're like sardines and we kind of alternate who's at the top end.
No. I'm full-time middle.
Like a 6-9-6 situation.
6-9-6.
Yeah.
Sandwich. That's gonna be called the 6-9-6.
Yeah.
People think it's
that's okay.
They're wrong.
Which is entirely different from the 9-6-9.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's just weird.
That's a little different right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke, when you were doing these, the mindset, did they like know your career, like that you're not mentally stable when you're playing the position?
Disclose this.
Yeah. Somebody was pulled up the video of me, and then somebody found the clip of me breaking a stick over the crossbar and launching it at the ref.
I was gonna say that in the mind. I was like, all right, we're gonna let Luke talk about being real nice and calm in the net today. Luke, what do you like to do? Well, sometimes I buy a 5-pack of Warriors just because, even though the team provides them for me, they weren't custom enough. And then after getting a goal scored on me in Delaware, I like to crack them over with my crossbar and then throw it halfway across the rink.
I think, you know what, though? I think the best part about that whole situation was from, when you jumped that guy to the point where you were breaking sticks over the crossbar. I think you'd been working on stuff a lot, and there's a lot of improvement. Like you're a lot calmer.
It was less harm towards other people and more self-harm.
Uh-huh.
I internalized the harm.
Okay.
Well, no, I knew it was bad because there was one practice I broke 3 sticks in the course of like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Sneaks up on you.
I don't think you're supposed to be breaking that many sticks in a practice.
I've heard
one broke. One broke from a shot.
Not all you.
No, it's all me. One broke from a shot. Then I turned around and baseball swung one over the crossbar, and then I snapped another one playing the puck.
How many shots on that new one before you snapped it?
Oh, I don't even think it touched the puck. I think I let in a goal and I just turned around and just yard sailed it.
Brand new.
Absurd.
Oh yeah, brand new. Just taped it that morning. Turned around, just tomahawk over the net.
But that's not 5 minutes of my time.
Yeah. But I've been breaking sticks since junior hockey, so it's nothing new to me.
It's more of
How many
a
sticks
routine,
have you
routine
broken?
thing.
Like
More of not
since then,
let's say a past
150.
I would say like probably since my last year juniors where I really became a maniac till last season, I'd say like at least a dozen have gone over the crossbar. Maybe more.
Oh boy.
nuts.
Mhm.
Nuts.
I barely heard that number.
Yeah,
I'd say,
sorry,
like,
it goes all over the place.
That's super chop.
I'd say give or take a dozen.
It
Easy.
doesn't. Baker's doesn't.
That's it.
Oh yeah, easily. Well, in college it was you got less sticks, so you had to be careful when you broke them.
Yeah.
Because they made
So you
pay
had to be
more.
less of a maniac over there then.
Mm.
Yeah. Plus, when you're losing every game 6 rip, it's easy not to break 6 because it's just you get used to sadness.
Yeah, anger turns to sadness, and that's just it.
Yeah.
You just accept it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just accept the sadness and then you move on.
Ooh.
So if you guys didn't win, Luke would not be angry. He'd be sad, and like the stick count would not be as high.
True.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
It's like mostly because I expect like better of myself and of the guys that I'm playing with. So then I get frustrated and
I get it.
let's be honest.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-harm is way better than team harm.
Makes for a better team guy, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so
Glue
At the
guy.
end of the day, all you want to be is a glue guy. That's number one
Yeah.
glue guy.
There he is.
What?
Yeah.
The glue guy.
Luke is definitely the glue guy over in Watertown
Yeah.
over there.
yeah, Gluke. That's what we call him. Gluke.
I thought it was Tebow.
T-Bone.
It's
No, in 20 years it's T-Bone. It's now Gluke.
It's definitely phone in my phone.
Yeah.
But Greg, you're in my phone as unknown number, so that's fine.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
He's
Do not answer.
changing
It
the name
says-
right
it says-
now.
Yeah. It says red flag. Do not answer.
I used those E-Flex 5s again today. They're nice.
And
Nice.
I'm probably gonna keep. I'm fast.
oh, no, you're
Super
not.
fast.
You're old.
I thought
Super
you were
fast.
old.
You're
Super
super
fast.
old.
You can be old and fast. Why can't you be both?
Yeah.
You're like an 80. How are you still fast? You're like an 83.
83. What
How
on
are you
the NHL? Like 22. Like I'm an 83.
No, Bert. Oh,
The,
you're Bert.
the guy
You're like a 69 on NHL 23.
the guy takes care of his body, you know? I'm approaching
Oh,
that
yeah.
point where
It's
if I
the
don't take
UPS
care of my
driver
body,
in him.
I'll start slowing down.
You got
Yeah.
it.
I got some new Trues.
Ooh.
What'd you
I
get?
did,
Some
I did
skates.
too as well.
Skates.
You got
Skates.
Trues, Jack?
I did.
Yeah.
I got both
Nice.
true skates and picked up a set of true pads as well. So
Now which
Nice.
skate?
Yeah.
what?
The 2-piece or
Yeah, the 2-piece. It was TF9.
nice.
Nice. I got the cut, not to one up you here, but I got the custom 2-piece ones.
Did you?
And yeah, I went with white because like why not?
That's badass.
They're kind of
Oh.
sick.
That's pretty bad.
That's
Yeah.
a pro. That's a pro.
Yeah. You got
I
a
sold
team
all my
covering
gear.
your
I
stuff.
sold all
You
my
take
gear.
advantage of that.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm on the verge of new skates right now. That's definitely my next. Once I
You can buy
figure it out.
my 5-year-old 1S's if you want. They're
No,
still
I
on
have
Kijiji right now.
I
Still
got
got some life
one
in
that's
him.
floating around somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to try those connects.
Yeah.
Power
Are those the ones with like the like
The buckle.
No
the stuff
laces.
going on? The
No
buckle?
laces.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard
the ski boot latch,
yeah,
over
I've heard some good
top.
things about that.
and then like it swivels on your ankle.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Those bones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've
it
heard some
seems
amazing
cool.
things about them.
It seems cool, but it's also an interesting concept, and
Mhm.
I'm not sure if like I'd like it or not just because of
I think
the
I've seen,
design.
I've seen I've seen some kids like with coaching and then like also like my skates and stuff like that. Like sometimes if you're pulling them, like when you're really like down low, like you bend them forward like that, you need that angle with less pressure. I feel like
it's nice. Like I go my one or two. Well, I'm still kind of figuring it out with the skates. I've only been in them a couple of times, but I've been, I go a couple eyelets down when I'm tying them up, just because I can't tie them all the way up. Otherwise, you can't get into the flexion that you want, right? It's just too much strain on your ankle. So.
Yeah.
Mine, I never did the top. I didn't do the bottom two eyelets, like when you put your skate like laces. I didn't do the bottom two or the top two.
Interesting. Yeah.
But I stole that because I skated with Thatcher Demko once, and I looked at his skates, and he literally had like 6 eyelets done, and I was like, well, if he's doing it, might as well work. So then I tried it.
Yeah, why are you in the NHL then?
Yeah, I was like, if he ties his skates like this and he's good, and I tie my skates like this, I won't be as bad.
There you go.
It's a style factor there.
Your logic is incredible.
Mine?
Yeah.
The fact that your hair is still holding onto your head is incredible.
I will say
we're all gonna get there one day.
Oh yeah, my mind's gone.
You guys will like it. I got to go back to my skates. On True, you can do like 3 characters on each tongue, and you can get different ones on each side. So, and I didn't know what I want. I didn't realize that was an option when I went in to order them. And I give a shout out to Nate at Pro Skate Goal in Calgary. He's like on the spot. It was so quick. He's like, why don't you put BO on one and then OM on the other, so it reads boom. And so that's what I did, and it's sick.
Who's Bo?
Bo, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Beukeboom.
I like that.
Yeah. So pretty stoked about it.
Better
and
than,
it's the first time
Cohen.
in like, it could be. It would be much better than that.
Yeah. Well, going right now, they say one more. That can mean anything.
One more.
Mean
yeah. No,
Oh, you mean my pro stock pads that you bought for me to continue your career? Yeah.
Since you put it that way, that's funny.
Those are championship E-Flex 5s.
One more.
I know. I've seen them.
Yeah. Worth a lot.
Seen them out there.
No. I'm coaching
worth $2,000.
Camp. Yeah, I was coaching the camp this summer. The guy introduces me and he goes, "Yeah, you want a Federal League championship? So all of you guys that play Bantam AA, same, not different." And I was just like, "Wow."
I love the guys that say that.
That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, just shredding the Fed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
There's no
wins a win.
I would rather play in a fettuccine. That's my favorite kind of pasta. I don't want to play in a linguine league or like a penne league. That's just not for me.
Yeah.
Like a 2-towel league is overrated. Like if I can't search high and low to find a used towel after I get off the ice, I don't want it.
That's the dream. Or you just got to bring your own towel.
Yeah.
You go to Europe.
Yeah, or share with your goalie partner. One towel.
If you guys go to Europe, you would have a rude awakening.
You got a rash.
You are a rash.
The living cockroach and the living rash. Messed up. So Europe's not like that?
Yeah.
Spooks?
It's different. It's like the level of professionalism is not what you would expect in North America. Like playing in the Fed was by far the most professional, like off the ice, most professional league I've played in a long time in terms of like what's provided and that sort of stuff and the schedule and all of those things. In Europe, it's a little bit of organized chaos. And
The schedule.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
What's the schedule like in Europe?
Right?
Dumbfounded me.
Well, it's just like, you know how you go to a rink and like at this time we're on the ice, at this time we're doing this, and sometimes it changes, but generally speaking, when you can do things. In Europe, it feels like it's just a little more
I think he's frozen.
He's
You
frozen.
have a different.
froze.
Oh, am I froze?
You
We
were.
back?
You're
Good
back.
now? Good
Yeah,
now?
you're
Oh, you're
Okay.
unfrozen.
Okay, good. Yeah, so it's just like, you know, you go from one rink to the next, and all of a sudden that schedule changes. So it's where you're going to be on the ice 15 minutes before the next rink. It's like 20 minutes before, or you know, the next rink it's 17, and then all of a sudden you don't get a flood after the first one, and it's just like you just got to go with the flow. Like it's just chaos, but that's what you do.
I love
You
that.
just kind of, yeah, you roll with it, and it's a good time. It's fun. You
So
pay to
much snow
travel.
on the ice. No flood.
No flood.
Yeah.
Ran out of
It's
water.
happened. It's happened more times than than you would think, but it's also like not the norm, but it's still, these things happen, and it's just like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing now. So,
Crazy.
yeah.
When are you going back over seas to Europe?
I'm gonna head back start of September, I think. I'm gonna sort out some visa stuff, and then my girlfriend's mom it's her birthday. It starts September, so we're gonna try and get back there for that. She's out here visiting, so it's 8 by that
What
time.
a
So
good
I'm
guy.
gonna get on
What
this
a
a little
good
bit there
guy.
too. Yeah, just
What a good guy. You're making your travel plans so your girlfriend's mom can be happy. I'm over here just
What a
trying to stay
guy.
above water.
Yeah, different stages of life, man. That's just it.
Oh, something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Every year
Yeah.
changes. Every year's a different course, I guess you could take.
Yeah, that's how she goes. But I do the actual season starts like October. Probably have some X's before then in September, and maybe I'm not entirely sure, but should be good.
Is your
I'm looking forward
preseason
to
like
it.
6 weeks, or is it just?
No,
week?
not right now. It's like it's kind of glorified beer league, but it's I don't know. It depends on the team. I think I really don't know what to expect, but I think it'll be okay. So we'll probably start getting into some off ice workouts depending on when the ice goes in, I imagine. But it should be it should be good. So I think last year where I was, we didn't actually play any exhibition games. Or maybe we did. Did we play one? We might have just jumped. I think we just jumped right into it. Just started playing. But this year we'll probably play a few exhibition games. And it's weird. Apparently you can't play exhibition games against teams in your division or in your league. So you have to go one up or one down. So you either go and get roasted by a team or you destroy a team. There's no, for whatever reason, that's like the rule in Germany. So yeah.
Pretty weird.
You either boost your confidence or you lose your confidence completely.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. So
I'm not 100% against that. I like that.
yeah, it's okay. It's kind of like when we were, I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but when we were kids in rural Alberta, it was like a tiering system. So you, at the start of the season, you play exhibition games, but there'd be the tiering games. So you go out and you play against other teams that, in the previous year, they were this tier. And depending on if you won or lost, or how badly you won or lost, you then got put into a certain division based on those games. So, and that obviously it doesn't change what league you're in, but
I like that.
It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like that. So
I like that a lot.
mm-hmm.
I like, Greg,
really
I
do
like that you like that. I like that a lot too.
So that would.
And Luke, I like that you like that. Greg likes that a lot.
Yeah.
And I like that because all of you guys like that. I'm not going through I'm not going through all four.
Word. I like that for you.
All right. We're all likable group of guys here.
Yeah. How much time do we got before we get into another thing?
How many?
Maybe,
Yeah. What's our clock?
I think we got like 10 minutes.
I don't
here.
have the 10 minutes didn't come up yet, so I
Okay. We went in some time.
know.
We're doing all right.
We're clear here. We're clear.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of like the leagues and stuff like that. Some teams are just either like dominant, and some teams are just like either like rebuilding, or I think that's pretty cool that they would pick teams and tiers from that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
are you talking like in Europe or
how you did it?
Yeah, well, that was just like minor hockey. Like when we were kids, that's how we did it. But
Makes sense.
and
They
I
do
think
that now with
yeah.
junior.
Yeah,
Could you
it's
imagine
kind of
another
great.
pro circuit?
Well, one thing that Europe does that I love, and I don't know how
Delaware
you
would
do it. Yeah,
Delaware gets relegated.
they get relegated to like
First round
the junior
every
league.
year.
Yeah. No, that's the one thing I love about Europe is how they have the relegation promotion thing at the end of each season. And I don't know if it would work in North America. I don't know how you would go about that.
I think we had this discussion, or somebody and I
We
were saying,
did.
it's tough because like some teams wouldn't, even if they won the league, they just wouldn't be able to sustain the next level. Just like based on like ring sizing and like income. Like we all had like relatively similar rings, then but like there's some teams that couldn't compete at the next level just based on like income. They wouldn't be able to have enough fans or like a big enough hockey culture to be able to promote.
Yeah, and I think that happens in Europe too. Like the team will win the league, but then they just like decline going up essentially because they don't have big enough rank, or to jump from 4 to 3 is such a huge financial commitment, and they know that they're just not going to be able to get the funding to do that or whatever. So it's it's a tricky thing, but it's you work around it.
Concept.
Yeah,
it's a great concept there. But like, what's the difference between like Div 4 in Germany and the Fed? Like, what terms of like level of play?
I found because it's all like import based in Europe. So you have like I think 5 imports. So essentially you have like a first line, and generally speaking, the imports are pretty good players. So that's really good. And then your second line is kind of like the top local German players. So you tend to have like 2 really good lines of players, but because you only have those 2 really good lines, they end up playing a lot, which brings down the kind of intensity of it. So it might be a higher skill level overall, but it's a lower intensity. So I actually found it was kind of similar. It might have been a little bit better than the Fed, but I also feel like I didn't have a very good gauge because the first team I was on when I was over there, they had just been promoted, and we were lacking some players, to put it lightly. Like I was seeing 60 shots against a game. So it was it was hard to gauge.
Did you pull Luke and tomahawk the crossbar with your stick or what?
No.
Or were you just just calm?
Yeah, that's not me. I'm not that guy.
Not that guy.
You're not the maniac.
Not that guy. Yeah. But no, it was like it's different, but I found I love playing in the Fed just because it is that higher intensity. Things tend to happen a lot faster because it's smaller rink too. And there's still some fantastic players in the Fed, but I would say that was kind of the difference, how I would compare them. So yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, fair. Luke's just gonna go put up video game numbers in Div 4 this year.
Yeah, we'll see. It does sound like my team seems to be.
Am I the problem?
What's the problem?
I'm the problem.
Me. This whole time I thought it was Greg, and now come to find out I'm the problem.
Yeah, no, we'll see. It sounds like my team's we're picking up a bunch of I think we just signed a guy, one of the top scorers from one of the other teams, and we're picking up like all these other players that weren't coming before. I think they found out they got an import goalie, and all of a sudden players started flocking. So we might have a pretty good squad this year. I don't know. See, I don't know anybody on the team, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Sorry?
Can we view those games that they broadcast or televised?
I'm not sure. It's kind of weird in Europe. They have this thing in their head where that if they broadcast the games, then less people show up to the games, even though it's an entirely different thing, which is weird. Or just like charge for the games. People will pay if they really want to watch. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna be working on that with my manager. See if we can figure something out, because I know that was like the best part about playing in the Fed was all the games were broadcasted, so family back home and stuff could watch, right?
Right.
So
Greg, I
I
think
was definitely watching those games.
yeah, that was fun. Some pretty good feeds too. Yeah. But,
the iPad feed is my favorite.
honestly, Delaware, when they had the little iPad in the corner, it was like crystal clear. It was pretty
Yeah,
good.
they have an iPad.
I'll give them that much. Yeah. It was like a new iPad, so it's pretty good quality, I guess, for an iPad.
Yeah.
One of the
What?
one of the up and coming teams in the league. So
Yeah. You should
They get-
wear rec specs next year. I'm gonna buy you a set of those like black sports goggles, and I think that's what you should rock.
I wear these on the ice.
Like Gordon. Is it Gordon?
Yeah.
In, dodgeball.
Yeah.
With the tape on it.
He's got his
Elf for love.
It's great.
Oh,
Greg,
man.
Greg, are you wearing your all black pads, black pads this year? Or are you changing it up?
I'm kind of torn right now. I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. I wanted those E-Flex 5s just to see because I figured I'd like them, and I do. That they're pretty cool, and they're size smaller too, like an inch smaller. And it's movement is almost, I would say, just faster. It's just a little bit of a different dynamic. There's maybe not as much for my 5-hole to close up at times, but there's definitely more speed laterally. So.
What size you rocking?
I'm 35-1. 35-1 with a single break. That's kind of my go-to CCM pad.
Yeah. Mine's a 35 plus 1.5, but I'm going down with the trues to 34 plus 1. And like that's like my new set that I'm gonna get. If you can
Nice.
see it.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. Are those the L20 or 12s?
12.2.
12.2s. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they're stupid expensive. Book's phone died, so that's hilarious.
Wasn't charging his phone.
Wasn't charging his phone. Like he said, they're not as prepared over there in those leagues. So
yeah, those German guys just don't know what's going on.
Luke, where are you? Are you coaching right now?
Yeah, I just got back from the coaching tour. Passing on the how to be mentally stable to the next generation of goaltenders. No, it's good. I do the same camp.
That's the best coach there is right here.
Yeah, what not to do. I'm like a walking encyclopedia of what not to do. No, I do the same camps. What?
They keep going back to you. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I'm a good coach, not a very good goalie, but definitely a good coach. So no, I do the same camp since I was 9. So I was a camper, then a counselor, then a coach. Now I'm an assistant coach for the East Coast portion. But it's good. You learn a lot. It's the same group of guys like since I've been younger. So it's like basically just a big family reunion. Obviously, we do our best on the ice and coach and try to pass on all the knowledge that we've learned from that camp and, different scenarios. Like I talked about, having good goalie partners. Like I obviously talked to the kids about that because I think what the 3 of us had this year was pretty special. I don't know a lot of guys that are this close with the guys they played with. But yeah, I mean, part of it is, you have fun when the day's over and camp's done, you have a little bit of fun. So it's good. We had a good time. Definitely some characters that work for us. So it's good to see them every year and hear their stories and, catch up. So yeah.
What makes you a good coach? Like what or is it just like you're saying that you're a good coach?
No, I think I've never had a goalie obviously say that I'm a good coach, but I think obviously with the group that I've been working with, I keep getting promoted. So I'm just going based on that they ask me back. Every year I've kind of gained more responsibilities and I like giving back to the next generation of goaltenders. So you learn kids pick up little things from you. And I think that you could definitely see throughout the course of a week, or kids that do more than one camp, like there are certain things you'll tell them that like the next week they're doing. I don't necessarily want like a kid to come up to me and be like, well, I like you're a good coach. Like that's not ever what I'm asking for, but it's more of one of those things. Like if you're like, hey, hold your glove a little bit like this, or, I think that your adaptive skating could be a little bit better here. Just like things that you would talk about with your goalie partner. And then you see them do it. I think then like you're making an impact.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's a good point too. And just to let them know and just like have them be like, have you be that like impact guy and like to help them get to the next level. And then with the promotions, they're just running out of guys, so they're just like, oh shit, we gotta promote Luke and just gotta keep ranking him up.
Sadly, I think that might be the case.
They look at each other and they're like, shit. I think we got.
I don't want to go up. You don't want to go up.
Luke think we got to go up more. Well, I mean, shit. He hasn't fucked up yet. So I mean,
No, you're allowed. We joke you're allowed one fuck up a summer, and I had mine, so it was good.
Oh, you had yours.
The first day, Luke fucked up.
No, I fucked up in Buffalo on the ice. I explained the drill wrong. But in my defense, it was a plethora of errors that had happened before that made that drill. Actually, what had happened was the drill was wrong the week before, like how we had described it. So I described it the same way that it was described to me, which was wrong, which then the guy that I was explaining it to wasn't on the ice when I was explaining it. So like we had started and I had like to get it going really quickly and I explained it wrong. And my boss was like, what are you doing? How do you not know the drill? It's been the same drill forever. And I was like, well, it was explained to me wrong. So like it was the comedy of errors, but at the end of the day, like I should have known. That was my mistake. I should have obviously known that drill. I should have been a little bit more prepared. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So like what do you do like during like camps and clinics? Do you go through like the day, like skating first and then just game situation stuff, like what?
So the way we break down camp is like a normal group, you'd have classroom in the morning. So we obviously pick like a specific focus for the day. Like one is skating and angles and, now like tracking the puck and coming under the puck and being square and how like our positioning has changed now that shooters have gotten better and not saving flat. Like the second day is usually save selection, for the younger kids, going through all the different kinds of saves that you could have, butterflies, how to use them, half butterflies, like when one thing might be better than something else. The third day, we usually do like breakaways and scramble situations, obviously like expanding on the day before. So when to power push, when to knee walk, when to recover to your feet, what is the difference between, a scramble save and a desperation save, and like how to know when to use the difference. Like, is it easier for me to power push or dive? How can I recover if I choose desperation over scramble? And then the last thing we talked about, obviously down low stuff. I think that specific classroom is more geared towards older guys. I don't see a lot of 9 or 10-year-olds going into the reverse. It's too much of a liability, obviously, if they go down. The morning portion is all teaching and skating. So it's an hour and a half to 2 hours of there's no pucks. It's drills, teaching and skating. So going over your stance, your power pushes, your shuffles, whatever the day's focus is, breakaways. Then obviously you get on the ice again and it's 10 to 12 stations in the afternoon skating, geared towards whatever the concept of the day was. So obviously we bring out shooters, every coach gets a station, and you kind of work with the goalies on what your specific station is, mastering the skills of that station. And then in the afternoon, there's another classroom, and those are more focused on like head trajectory and glove positioning. There's a mental lecture. There's an equipment lecture, because a lot of the goalies that we have, they don't have the knowledge they're coming from rural areas or places where hockey isn't big. So they need, to know the difference between when to, change from a player cup to a goalie cup, or one of the guys that works for us is a true hockey rep. So he'll go over, what's the difference between this pad and that pad. And me?
There we go.
How's your training going?
I train every day. I'm a sicko in the gym now.
No way. Uh-huh.
I train harder now than I did for hockey because it's all gas now. Like I don't have to train specifically to be a goalie. So now I can like I'm training around a marathon, and I was talking to my old trainer today, and he said I probably should do like, you know, something
couple
else.
cycles.
Like, no roids, but it's not for me. But like he's a boxer, so he was like, yeah, like do an amateur fight or something. Like at least if you give yourself like a goal, then you'll be able to achieve it. So like I'm just trying to think of like the next athletic endeavor to do. But back to camp. So yeah, it's like it's tough when like kids come from obviously all over and don't come from, you know, they come from rural Iowa. The most like goaltending gear talk they get is like what they can find on YouTube or, you know, at Pure Hockey or whatever.
Which is a lot.
Wait, well, nowadays it's more, but it's like, you know, you go on YouTube and you listen to whatever guy, and obviously they're going to say like whatever pad they're reviewing is the best, right? If you look up True Pads, you're going to hear everything great about True Pads. If you look up Brian's, they're going to talk about how great Brian's are. Nobody really like talks about how they should fit, or like, do you put socks over your knee pads, or how do you pick a chest protection? So like, that's, I think, one of the most, you know, it's fun obviously to talk about gear, but it's the kids, I think, get a lot out of that because they then learn like, hey, like, yeah, how to strap your helmet, how to take care of your skates and take the insoles out. And then obviously the last day is the Q&A with our boss, and he works in the NHL. He's worked in the NHL for a long time, so he knows everything that there is to know about goaltending. And if he doesn't know that goalie specifically, he coached somebody that's played against him, or he coached their coach or worked with it. So, I mean, you bring up a goalie, he's either coached him, knows somebody that coached him, or played against him for the last 32 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. How about I get a new helmet this year, and apparently I've been wearing the wrong sized helmet my entire life. I've been wearing, I think, a large. I don't know, because I just go in and get whatever helmet off the shelf. The first time I've ever been fitted for a helmet in my entire life, which is terrifying. I'm surprised I haven't been concussed more. Yeah, so I'm a small. Like, it wasn't even close. Not a medium, small.
Yeah, I'm a
medium.
Wow.
Which just goes to show like how little guys, like I'm a pro hockey player, and I didn't even know what size of helmet I wore. So
yeah, and the jump is like, you know, kids get pads that are too big, and part of like talking to younger kids about it is like how you can play with equipment that's a little bit bigger than it should be. Because obviously when you're talking to a 13-year-old, they're still growing. So like, and parents don't want to buy brand new pads every season or twice
6 months.
Right. So you're talking about a kid who's in, you know, 29s, getting 32s and being able to play like, hey, like, just so you know, you're going to have to work around this, or it's going to be a little bit harder to move. And I think kids learn a lot about like how to like, okay, if I get bigger gear, then like how you can adjust the knee channel. So like a lot of guys now, at least we had this talk, we're like steering guys towards Bauer because you can move the knee channel a little bit. So like you can kind of get a little bit more life out of your pads. Like you can kind of bring it down, bring it up. And like the more options that you have, the easier it makes on a kid that's growing. So I don't give that lecture. Obviously our gear guy does. I know nothing about gear anymore. I am the worst. I'm the worst. I'm like, I'm 35. What those look cool.
Yeah. I think one of the things I always tell kids is like, don't wear gear that's way too big for you. Like obviously you don't want to be wearing something, but like, you know, you got to be able to move. Otherwise you're not going to learn how to skate properly. And then if you can't skate, you can't play hockey. You can't play at a decent level.
Yeah, I wore skates that were way too big for so long that now my feet are all jacked up. I got like bone spurs and Bauer bumps and all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah. Some things it's worth having something that fits. And like for me, I didn't wear new gear. Like I think most things new. Maybe I had a new can because that's just good for sanitary reasons. But aside from that, like it was all secondhand until I was like 15 or 16 or something, right? So.
Yeah, and then you got one new cup, and you just let that one ride forever.
I just got a new cup this year, actually.
What?
I've had the same cup since I was 13, and I just got a new one this year, which is awful that I waited that long. But
Did you get a new neck guard?
I did. Yeah, I brought. That's yeah. Thanks to you, the Kova. Those guys are great to work with.
How
They
is the Kova? I've heard nothing but
unreal
good
to
things
work
about
with.
it.
I haven't had a chance to wear it yet, but just the fit and like it actually covers your collarbones. That was the main reason, because wearing a puck off the collarbone is not something.
No,
Yeah,
not
I'm not a
fun.
big guy. You gotta be able to. Yeah. Honestly, feel safe. It fits well, and it was hilarious. I kind of sent the order in. It was just sitting like unprocessed for a week or something, so I sent them a message like, hey guys, like what's going on here, shouldn't this be get going? I didn't know how long it was going to take, so they got back to me like, oh sorry, we're just on vacation for a couple of weeks, because it's just like this little shop in Finland.
I think it's a husband and wife or something like that. It's a
Yeah, and then yeah, and they're like, hey, just on vacation, we're back now, we'll get that processed, and like the next day it was out. So they're awesome people to work for, or like work with, and they communicate well. So, and like phenomenally well made. It was great. So
yeah,
I was really impressed with the
attention
handwork.
is good. They knocked it out of the park, honestly. I think they made a really good nice product.
Yeah, 100%. So
I
I'm
just
pretty
wear
excited about that.
That undescript Vaughn neck guard that protects nothing. I think that's the way to go.
I think it's like
Are you
13 pieces of fabric sewn
Are you
together.
talking about
It's
the
like
one that I had?
3 pieces of fabric and has the neck guard goes up maybe a quarter inch. I like that.
No, Booksy, you had the Frankenstein neck guard, man. You had
that
neck
one.
guard with pad flaps.
That one, I've had that one since I started playing goalie. When I was 9 years old, that neck guard was almost 20 years old from when I got it, and it was probably had seen some years before then. That was an old neck guard.
God, it's money's worth, that thing. Damn.
Like I had to replace chunks of fabric that had just disintegrated. That thing had seen. It's actually I gave it to my mom's dog as like a cone. So it works well.
Neck guard to a cone. Nice.
Yeah, it's perfect. So I was essentially wearing a dog cone for the last 15 years of my hockey career.
Yeah. Did you get the suspenders too?
Sorry?
Did you get suspenders too?
No, I didn't. I'm not a suspender guy. So but they do look good.
Yeah. I liked how they made them for goalies where like at least every time I wore them, they would either break where they hook onto like they loop onto your pants. But there was like plastic, so they made it like with like a leather.
Okay.
It's not breaking. And then also like the adjustable plastic parts on every other suspenders in the front. So for a goalie, if it's plastic, it's getting, nailed between chest deep, so it's cracking.
Yeah.
So change that to the back. It's like simple stuff like that was major.
It's brilliant, man. No, they do some good work. Yeah, I was really impressed with it when that thing arrived. So
yeah.
And the customization options.
I've heard it could get the customization there is like a lot too, and like they'll do whatever you want to it.
Whatever you need them to do.
Yeah, so, I felt bad not going to a more exciting colors or anything. So
I felt overwhelmed a little bit. I was a little overwhelmed. Yeah.
So no, it's understandable. So and this one's probably going to last me like 40 years. So
easily. You're going to pass it on to kids.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the family heirloom.
Yeah.
Right along with my new jock strap.
So we had kids this summer that didn't wear cups.
Oh.
How?
Why?
How?
I've done it
once
or
twice.
I
said, and they were like, I don't like it. And I was like, well, I just said that's good. It's good population control.
Maybe they like something else.
I said, if you're dumb enough to get on the ice and not wear a cup, then that says it all.
I've done it, but it wasn't purposeful. Like it was like by accident, and like you got to play, and like you're just lights out that game. You're seeing everything. You're good.
Yeah, you make sure everything.
Some of the best hockey I've played, I haven't had a cup.
You're ridiculous.
That's terrifying. Yeah.
You're a machine. You're not human.
I don't think I'd get on the ice.
Yeah, I think it could be Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and I'd be like, no cup. No goalie.
Just gamble, just can't. I mean, Stanley Cup though. I mean, they'll shoot through your. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe the Commissioner's Cup. You get away with it.
Yeah, maybe Lord Federal.
Yeah.
I still don't think I would. No matter what, I don't think I could play without one.
Terrifying.
I'd just because I'd like my luck. The one game I don't, it's gonna go right there. It's gonna be useless.
It's life without a little excitement,
Just keep
Maybe not that much excitement.
You're actually ridiculous. You're like, that's just the most ridiculous thing you've ever said.
What is wrong, Luke?
With me.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was having a great day until I had to see you.
Yeah. I missed you guys.
Yeah, no, it's been a bit.
Yeah, the bickering.
Good to bring everyone together for another time.
Buko's, the bickering. It's pretty bad.
What? You? Yeah, we know.
It's all me.
Books and I have been talking every day about how we can unfriend you so we can just have a normal relationship.
It's you're the point in this triangle that's bringing our love down.
Yeah, you kill the vibe. You're like a vibe killer.
I am. This is true. This is why I don't get invited to parties.
You don't get invited to parties because your car wouldn't make it to the party.
My car would make it.
What kind of car are you rocking?
Oh.
You ever see the thing from the Flintstones?
No. Or actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like 3 generations before that.
Yeah, it's good luck getting to the party.
It's an oldie.
It's an OnlyFans mobile. It's like a 1967 Volkswagen Jetta.
Define OnlyFans mobile.
I think we'll leave that to your imagination.
Honestly.
I'd like to know where you went.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Honestly,
you could shoot some content in the back of Greg's car.
I was gonna say more on like the original intention of what OnlyFans was. If you actually drove around in a Flintstones mobile, you could probably have your own OnlyFans page, and it would do well. You wouldn't have to get naked, or you could, and it would do better.
Well, your feet would be, so you'd attract a certain type of people.
There you go.
Yeah. Right. You'd have to do it barefoot.
I don't know, Greg. That's up to you, man. That would be who you want to sell your feet pics to. I can't tell you how to live your life, but I can tell you.
I'll sell whoever's paying. Whoever's, as long as their money's green, I'm happy.
You got to do what you got to do on the Fed salary,
You're sick. You're a sicko.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you guys suspenders guys? Because we were talking about that earlier. And Books, you said you're not a suspender guy. Or Greg and Luke, are you?
Guy. I've got a whole tying system.
Same Bauer, like I have the old school Bauer suspenders from like 1930, and I've been rocking those for like 20 years. They're held together by like tape and a hope.
I hope that is my neck guard.
I have those Kova ones. And it's nice because you can sometimes how your suspenders will flop over your shoulder pad sometimes, and it restricts your arm. It has like the Velcro in the front and keeps everything.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
It's the little things, it's the details.
Little thing, like the thought, just
small
the actual
details.
thought. Yeah, of how to improve. Design. It was unreal.
Yeah.
So.
I've got my.
I'm like you. Yeah, only skate lace tie. That's it.
Yeah, I've got skate lace in the front, but what I found, I had CCM Chesty and I had Vaughn pants for a while. I actually got some new pants, but I would find the side flap on the chest protector would flop out of the pants. So what I did is I stitched some loops on the back of those side flaps, and then I have laces that come through the butt of the pants, I guess. And then I'm like a spider. I gotta weave a bunch of stuff around and then tie it in the front. There's a lot going on, but it holds it in place, and It's nice. Yeah. It's honestly, it takes the longest of any part of getting dressed is
I bet.
tying those things together.
Hoops could take a brand new CCM pair of pants and make them look like they've been used for 20 years in about 5 minutes with the modifications that he has. He's got brand new pants. He's got loops, spider webs, and 900 skate laces coming out of anywhere. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How does he even get in it then?
It's that's for me to know and you to find out.
Like a spider monkey.
Yeah. Only his goalie partners know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you guys like? How long does it take for you guys to get dressed? Like I know guys that take 35 minutes to get dressed. Like, and some people like 6 minutes. Like, how long's like?
Are you talking like game day or?
Yeah, game or yeah.
If we're going tough. Well, for me, game day. Usually I'm getting dressed. I'm starting to get dressed like 25 minutes before like we're on the ice. So I take my time though. Like I for sure take my time. But I think the fastest I've ever gotten dressed. Everything's Velcro now, which is sweet, except for this lace contraption that I've got going on. So I would say I could do it in less than 10 now, maybe 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. But yeah,
that's solid.
I'm a 10-minute guy, except for 4 games. I marinate in my skates for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to have some mental block between putting my skates on and my pads, so I just kind of sit there.
Yeah, the Velcro and everything's nice. Since switching from those toe ties to the bungees.
Yeah, those are huge. Do you still like those?
Love them.
It's a game changer, right?
Absolutely love them. There's like,
oh, nice.
Like on Luke's pad, I think it has like 3 Velcro straps. That's it, holding it on. It's the most minimalistic, and it's so comfortable.
Yeah. Is that what you're wearing right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm astonished how like.
Yeah, it's unreal. I do like the idea of one strap behind the knee, because you see it every once in a while, like the Velcro comes off and then a guy's leg is like completely exposed. So I do like the idea of one strap behind just for kind of that safety little bit. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. So
no, that's
yeah, and going from my old set to my new set, like it had my old set has Velcro and then like the like bands and all that, but like my new set is just like 3 straps and like the bungee cords too, and like because my old pads has the actual like skate lace, and I hate skate laces, especially since my hips aren't the greatest. Like just having that like hip mobility, ankle mobility is insane with the difference between the bungee to the skate lace.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Especially on like your reverse and your VH integration, mainly the reverse. Like when you get into it, it's going to be the difference between me being able to play for, having to quit tomorrow or playing, another 10 years if my body holds up enough. But it's game changer for sure.
Yeah, from doing the RVH to that, like it's insane how much just a bungee cord can make a difference, especially when you're not held down by a skate lace, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, agreed.
What is goalie?
Do you guys tuck? Like you don't have suspenders, so like the whole point of me having suspenders is to like keep my pants and chest pad basically one. Does that make sense? Like so, like I tuck everything. Do you guys tuck everything still? Because like you still have the laces.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So I'm gonna stand up. I don't know if this is gonna be on the video or if it's just a recording, but basically, I do like I tuck it all in, and then the lace comes from the inside and then loops on the flaps and then pulls it all in. So it's still tucked. It's just like from the inside of the pants, and then the front, tucks.
I gotcha.
I'm untucked. Like everything's just
outside.
Untucked. Yeah.
I used to be that.
I've tried inside, and
like I don't know what it is, but everything just feels like a lot more like constricting. Like I don't know if it's like because my pants are like
maybe bigger pair.
Smaller. Yeah, maybe I need a bigger pair. Maybe that's something to look at next time I get new pants. But just outside for now.
What pants and chesty are you wearing?
I'm wearing Bauer. It's called like Bauer Pro. I don't remember the version. Then my chesties are Vaughn V7 Velocity.
Okay. Yeah, I find like if you have different brands, they don't necessarily integrate as well. So, but if you upgrade or something, then sometimes whatever, if they line up, or when you're thinking of upgrading, find something that lines up, because sometimes the integration's a lot easier too. So
yeah, because like the first time like I tried to tuck it, but it was like constricting, and like the mobility wasn't like the best, so like I just leave it untucked, and haven't had a problem with it untucked, so don't change it if it's not broken, right?
Yeah, there's always that.
Yeah, that's fair. Shit.
Yeah, but Greg, I from like when I posted the Watertown Wolves, like asked you guys questions, like someone slid up and asked a question for you.
Oh God, who was it? Can I know?
Fred Hine from the Becker days.
Heinze.
He said ask Huss about Coach Hoare's same warm-up drill every practice at Becker College.
So warm up for practice was 6 lines. 6 lines. Goalies at the end, 3 and 3, half ice there, either way, long way, going from goal end from goal line to goal line. And the first one was just you're paired up with like a buddy, and you're passing pucks back and forth. And then you're paired up with, you're going back and forth like 4 or 5 times, and then you change it up, and then you're passing with one buddy, and then you're passing with 2 other goalies or something like that, and then you got a crisscross. And it was for every practice 6 lines, and he bagged the crap out of us too with it. So we weren't making passes if pucks are blowing up off guys' sticks and stuff like that, and guys were just not in it. And next thing you know, he's like, "That's it, you just blow a whistle," and he's like, older guys, 6 lines, you know what I mean? I'll skate you the cement. He was a good guy. I liked Coach Hoare. But he had some old school tactics. He coached with West Point, and then he won. He was the coach that coached Plattsburgh in their last national title run. Mm-hmm. So their coach over there won a national title.
This Coach Hines?
Not Coach Hines. Hines is the guy that
the Key and Peele skit.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
No, yeah. Hines was my junior coach, and he was actually kind of like that Key and Peele skit. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same, but different.
Same, but different.
Yeah.
Seems like a spider web, just like Booksy's pant contraption.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Coach Hoare's 6 lines every practice. That's how we started off, and we do it for a solid 30 minutes skating. That's how we started our day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Always got to love a bagger the first 30 minutes of practice.
Honestly, like towards the end of the season, like my cardio was through the roof, and I could do like dangles and stuff like that between the legs, like smooth, with the greatest of ease. So I was grateful.
You can't say it wasn't a bad thing.
No, I was happy with it. Pulled me out of my.
Were you dangling guys behind the net just with everything you learned?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I did it once this year. I think we were at home. We played the Rabbits. I toe dragged this guy, but then he stuck his leg out, and I toe picked Salad, and luckily I had 2 defensemen to help me out, and but you guys.
This whole time I thought it was because you couldn't skate.
I don't think I have the confidence to pull that off.
5 years out of the game. You know what I mean? Your edge work's a bit rusty. It was before Christmas, so it was early in the season.
Everything about you is rusty.
Yeah.
That's because that's the way I like it.
Maybe
gotta
rustic. Is rustic the better word?
Rustic.
Just rusty, not rustic, just rusty.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like you could say, like not even like vintage. It's like antique goaltending.
Antique.
Right. Like a fine wine.
No, you're
No.
like one of those bad years. Like you look at the sommelier book and they're like, "Don't drink this one."
I'll send you right to the boober if you drink that one.
Yeah.
My kids are actually horrible.
Did Luke get any questions?
Me?
He did not.
Whoa, Luke, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
No, all right.
The kind of people that would be asking me questions would be terrible.
That's why I asked.
Well, what kind of questions would be terrible? What would people come up with?
Luke would get questions from females, as in like, you know, hey, you coming back to like the beer garden soon?
Why haven't you responded to my messages?
Why haven't you responded to my messages?
I don't.
Why'd
You
you
know.
ghost
You know.
me?
I'm gonna, you know. That's. I believe of this group chat, there were other beer garden visitors. So if we just leave it at that, that's fine. But I was not the only beer garden visitor this year.
I was selling liquor at the beer garden during games that I had a scratch status.
I thought he was going to say he's selling feet pics.
Right. One leads into the other.
Yeah. Same.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Oh man.
Well, we got 8 more minutes, I think it says, right?
Wait.
We had
8.5.
Greg, we have 8 minutes, and then guess what? You don't have to talk to me until tomorrow.
But he will.
What's tomorrow?
He'll talk to you right after this.
I think, yeah, probably. We need to start harassing Greg every day. Like call him at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, just to let him know he's a piece of shit.
That's gonna help you with your day. I'm here for your friend.
It's going to boost his confidence for the day to go out and do whatever he wants.
Just taking hits to help you out. That's a friend.
That's a
really-
good part.
No, it's okay.
Toxic relationship, but that is a friend.
If Greg is like almost as big of a walking red flag as I am, so it's okay.
What did I do?
What did you? You don't even want to know what you did. I am the way I am because of you, and if it wasn't for Books, we would be worse together.
Know me for like a season.
Yeah, and look at me. And look at me. Look at me. Before I met you, I was such. Yeah, well, you know.
Before I met you,
look happy.
What?
Before I met you, I had a full head of hair.
And I was unmedicated.
You were on Medicaid?
Yeah, now I'm medicated because I wake up and have nightmares. Wow. I wake up and have nightmares because of you.
Did you just wow at a caboose that walked by?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I know that wow. Wow.
I'm on a job site, and I was like, "Wow, that's a nice caboose." Yeah,
It's a wow. Look at that wag.
Look at that wag.
We had a kid on our team. We're not gonna say who. Canadian. We'll leave it at that. There was a bunch of them. Anyway, he'd always talk about like girls' wagons. So just the way that he said it was very like, if she had a really good wagon, he'd drag out the wagon on that one. So you knew it was a good one.
The length of the word defined.
Yeah. If it was like,
wagon.
"Oh, that's a wagon," you would be like, "Eh." But if he was like, "Oh my god, look at that wagon," you'd be like,
I didn't miss out on that.
There we go.
He looked like one of those lemurs from Madagascar. That's kind of what he looked like on the bus.
Can't do that.
Can't say too
Yeah,
much.
you don't want to give him away. Don't want to give anything away.
No, he's a good guy.
He's like, he's
That's it. Yeah.
he's
He's Luke's.
Yeah.
He's T-Bone's buddy.
Yeah, I've known him. I've known him for yeah. I've known him. Yeah, same as always. He's never changed. He has not upgraded his personality. It is just always the same.
Married.
I know. If you put him on 9, he would be perfect on like Real Housewives of Watertown. That would be right there, but it would just be him.
Poor guy. I do miss the guys though. In all seriousness, like the locker room,
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So to cap this episode off, like how was like the championship run and just like just winning the championship as a whole, just like when the buzzer ticked to 0 and you guys are champions.
Yeah. I don't have like words for it. There was so much more involved in like just the friendships that I had with like the teammates that were out there, and just like the season that, you know, meant on a personal level for me. And then also the fact that, you know, my brother was there. I got to do it with my brother and stuff like that. And family, like there's no.
Man, I think when we won and like your dad was running around giving everybody hugs, it felt like our dad was there giving everybody hugs.
Yeah.
I had a lot of guys come up to me and say, Hussey, I lost it with your dad, man. Your dad came over and I just started crying immediately.
It was cool. No, it was awesome. I think like, you know, leading up to it, it was really cool because we had such a good season, and I think there was like a little, you know, that pressure that we should win this thing.
Yeah.
But it's still hockey, and there's still some really good teams that we had to play. So, you know, anything can happen. And like we lost the first game in the final there. But despite all of that, I think we just had this air around the team, this kind of knowledge that we knew we were going to show up, we were going to do our job, and we were going to win, and we made it happen. And like in some exciting fashion, you know, even which game was it where Keck scored the shootout goal? Was that
game 3?
That was game 3. That was the final. It was just like, what kind of how else could that have possibly gone? Like that's for my one and only experience in the Fed, it had to end the way it did. Like that was exactly how it had to go for me. It was like it felt like we were in a movie. The whole season felt like a movie. It was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Yeah, for you it was Miracle, and for me it was Animal House.
Movie nonetheless.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate. Oh man.
So no, it was cool. Honestly, I would describe it not as Miracle, more as a slap shot. Yeah. It was either somebody was going to be, you know, skating around in their underwear at the end of the game, or we were going to win in double overtime.
Yeah.
That was it.
The bagel and the butt.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Oreo.
Yeah, but you guys go out champions, and like that, like it was, according to what Booksy said, it was a movie of a season. So like, you guys got to continue that on for next year, Greg. You just got a lot to carry there.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, it's gotta
start filming. I guess that's what we got to do.
We said that
some body cams.
We said that we were like, why has this league not embraced what it is at the most raw point of hockey? Like it's just for hockey, but everything in between is fucking gold. All the bus trips, the shit that just goes on, the locker room just be like, or you know what I mean, out in the stands and stuff. Just like everything about it is fascinating and addicting.
It's wild.
It's nuts.
Gotta love the game. Gotta love the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but boys, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time to come on again for a part 2, and we'll definitely make a part 3 happen soon.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good season.
See where.
Absolutely. Let's go.